All right, viewers, those of course were the top stories that we've been tracking. Meanwhile, to delve into more detail into the tragedy that has occurred in Kerala, more than 150 people have been injured in a fireworks accident during a temple festival near Neeleswaram in Kerala's Kasargod. Now, it is suspected that the accident took place in the storage unit near the temple at around midnight. According to reports, 8 individuals have been seriously injured in this accident. The injured victims have been taken to various hospitals in Kasargod, Kannur as well as Mangaluru. My colleague Belly Thomas joins us on the broadcast to share more details. Belly, what do the preliminary reports suggest? What exactly transpired at that moment? Belly, can you hear me? There seems to be an audio issue at Belly's end. Meanwhile, you can see those visuals of the tragedy on your screens. You can see people have gathered for festivities at the temple at around midnight, and you can see those fireworks go off. You can see the moment the tragedy has occurred. 8 individuals are reported to have been critically injured at this point of time. My colleague Belly, I believe the connection has been restored. What exactly transpired at that moment? Can you take our viewers through what happened?
Pia, the incident occurred around 12 midnight when the first day of this Tayyam part of temple festivities was happening at the Neeleswaram temple. It's Veerarkavu temple there, and there was a little fireworks that was bursted at around midnight, and a lot of fireworks were stored for bursting the next day, that is today, where the people would have been gathered in more numbers. So last night the population that the people who gathered for the Veerarkavu temple fest were around 3,000, and today it would have been much more, around 10,000 is what the district administration says. And so a spark that had, that fell into the storage room of this firecrackers is the cause for the accident. And there were no heavy intensity firecrackers, but all the skylit crackers were the ones that were stored, and if all of it exploded all of a sudden in one go, and that created a lot of chaos, and people started running helter-skelter at around 12 midnight, and there was absolutely chaos there, and a lot of people suffered injuries due to stampede is what we hear, more than burn injuries, and a lot of people have suffered superficial injuries to their face, to their hands, and many of them who participated in this temple festivities were women and children who come from the surrounding villages, and this is a part of a community festival there that happens, which happens. This Tayyam Kettu will happen at every house also, and every group of people belonging to a certain area. Also, something like the Ganapati Visarjan, like that. So it all happened in a sudden, all of a sudden, and the district authorities have are questioning the temple committee office bearers as to what exactly went wrong, Pia.
Indeed, Belly, now we're getting some more news. We're learning that the temple authorities have been booked for criminal negligence for storage of the firecrackers and thereby violating the norms.
Certainly, Pia, the Veerarkavu Temple Committee office bearers, the president and the secretary are at present in police custody. They are questioned as to how did they store so much amount of firecrackers very close to, in close proximity where the fireworks was happening, and there were certainly violations in the norms as to there should be a distance between the firecracker storage storage and the place where the firecrackers are like bursted or displayed. And the people also should be restricted to a certain distance, and they shouldn't be allowed anywhere close to either the storage of the firecrackers or where the firecrackers are at display. So all these violations are being taken into consideration by the authorities who are questioning the office bearers whether they had taken permission for actually storing these much of firecrackers. Pia.
Indeed, and we're also being told at this moment that 2 people have been taken into custody for questioning in this accident that has left 150 people injured. In particular, we're getting to know that the Veerakavu Temple Committee office bearers are currently in custody, and this includes the committee president and secretary. What are your sources telling you?
Absolutely, Priya. So there was violations in as to decide how to accommodate these much of people next to the temple festivities. So this is a kind of a folklore that happens where a deity would be performing a dance, and there would be a lot of music that would be going on. And meanwhile, when that comes to an end, so at the midnight, that is when the firecrackers would start. So there were kind of lapses in organizing as to where these people needs to stand, and from where these people needs to watch the firecrackers. According to sources, there were people sitting on every nook and corner. You can see a compound wall where people would be sitting over that. There were people on climbed up on trees, or the compound walls of the houses and of the temple as well. So it was a very closely packed place. All of a sudden, when this huge explosion happened, and people didn't have anywhere to go, all of them, a lot of them were hearing only run and don't stand here. It is going to be even bigger. So these were the panic voices that were heard during people running helter skelter, and that is the reason why the temple committee office bearers have been booked, because they didn't actually go through or plan or organize a safe exit or a safe place for the people who come to witness this temple festivities, Pia.
Indeed, Belly, you've spoken about the chaos, the confusion